If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump again, yes or no?
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Van Jones over at CNN asking a group of black Trump voters if they regret their vote or not. Now, their answers most certainly warmed my heart. Listen, their answers hit me right here in the feels. I loved it. It was fantastic. And before we get to that, let's back up a little bit here for some context so we understand exactly what's going on. Now, over the past few days, the media have been reviewing Trump's first 100 days in office. And you know how the mainstream media is. They're going to be negative. Oh, the tariffs are killing us. Elon Musk has too much power. He's taking your grandma, SSI check, all this, that, and the third. They're very negative, very, very negative. But when you ask people in the street, when you ask regular everyday people, the responses aren't so negative. You are going to get people that say he's bad, he's an orange man, he's a fascist. You will get that. But you're going to get others who say, I'm glad they got the migrants up out of here. I'm glad that he's paving the way for me to be able to do things on my own, to put more money in my pocket, to help myself, my family, and everybody thrive, to help my small business. You know, so you're going to get different answers depending upon who you talk to. If all you talk to was the mainstream media, you're going to get mostly negative. But once you get down to the regular everyday people, things are different. Now, before I go any further, let's get straight into it. Of course, I will link to all the clips in the description box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You weren't always a Republican.
No, actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat. I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can do it.
I mean, part of it is he's. I like authenticity.
You voted for Obama, and then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 20.
Now, before we go to the young lady right here, my man right here voted for the first time for Joe Biden. So that means he voted for the first time in 2020. So he wasn't even the guy that was converted in 2016 when Trump ran the first time. He voted for Joe Biden after Trump was already the president. And then he saw what Joe Biden was able to do, didn't like it, and then went to Trump. So that right there, I think that's an indictment on Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. Let's keep on rocking.
I like authenticity.
You voted for Obama, and then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. But 2020, you voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone. Her name is Candace Owens.
Yeah, shout out to Candace.
And I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
So you voted against Trump in 2016.
Yes.
But then in 2020, you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going during his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased with what was happening. I saw the economy getting better. I saw country relations in certain countries getting better.
You weren't always.
There we go. And you know what? This is what a lot of the Democrats don't understand. We, the people, actually observe what's happening under a certain administration. If things are going well, we might want some more of that. If things are going well with a guy who we didn't actually vote for or reconsider, it's like, well, wait a minute. I made the wrong decision. I should have voted for the other guy. Okay, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. So far, I see people that voted for Joe Biden who had regrets about voting for Joe Biden, not the other way around. And I think you're going to see quite a bit of that all over the country.
Donald Trump's team went in, they took down Harriet Tubman's picture for a quick minute. They're trying to knock out the black museums. What does that have to do with the price of eggs, and how does that impact you?
In some ways, it's a slap in the face. In other ways, I don't care.
I don't really care about the whole Harriet Tubman thing. I don't even know really the whole story behind that. They're talking about the museums. What museums? The EPA museum, the Black History Museum. I mean, listen, at a certain point, if a museum is being closed down, if anything is being shuttered, you got to ask why. Is anybody going to the museum? Is it a money maker? Are we spending a bunch of money unnecessarily? What are we doing?
I care more about how I'm going to take care of my children.
I don't think the average American cares about that. I know I am sick and tired of seeing Black people sit there and complain about something, but not taking action and steps to actually try to change things in an appropriate manner.
under the Trump and Biden administration, they came to certain agreements with police departments to be less brutal toward the black community.
Police brutality is not really a thing. I mean, it does happen, but it's not this thing that needs to be a national discussion, because a lot of cops are, quite frankly, afraid of doing something wrong and getting themselves locked up. And usually when you see some kind of brutality situation, the person who is brutalized upon did something wrong from the beginning. Now, I'm not trying to say that excuses the brutality, but we have to do things proactively on our part to prevent these kind of confrontations.
Trump has now ended all that. How does that help the black community?
I have a lot of issues with police reform and just with how police officers are treated as a whole. My husband is currently going through the process to become a police officer. The amount of hatred that cops get, even the best ones, I think has become a huge problem, because it has been, especially around election times, when it definitely comes out of like, oh no, the cops are bad, the cops hate you because you're black, they're immediately deemed as evil.
And that's exactly what they do. Right around election time, it's like, oh, well, the cops are bad, they hate you, all this, that, and the third. And then here come the Democrats. You know what? I can protect you from the cops. I can be your savior. I can protect you from those big bad cops. Vote for me. That's the game.
This man is talking about running for a third term. Now, what do you think about that?
Before they answer, the whole third term thing, I don't take it seriously. I don't take it seriously. I think people just try to find things to focus on, find things to distract us with, things that don't really matter at all.
The third term, for me, absolutely not. I think it's at the end of these 4 years, it's time to move on.
This is a prime example of him trolling people, because people have said, like, oh, if he gets in the office, he's going to be a dictator. He's going to try to run for a third term. So he's like, okay, y'all think I'm going to do that? I'm going to mess with y'all and say this to take y'all out.
I thought you loved this man because he's so authentic and he's such a truth teller.
See, Van, come on now. Don't do that, because you're trying to say that somebody trolling you is being inauthentic, but how is it being inauthentic where everybody understands that it's just a joke? If I get on stage as a comedian and I tell a joke, are you going to call me a liar for telling the joke? We all know that it's a joke. You're just trying to use certain things. The manipulation from the mainstream media is crazy. This is why we don't watch them anymore, because we see the manipulation for what it is. Maybe in years past, they'd be able to manipulate us and we just fall through with it. But now we're done with it.
You know the difference between somebody trolling somebody, and this is a prime example of him being a troll.
Exactly. We know the difference between fantasy and reality. Come on, Van Jones, like, stop that. Now, here is the last part about, hey, do you regret your vote?
If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump again, yes or no?
Yes, I would. Now, in the future, I am not a diehard Democrat or diehard Republican. If there were a Democratic candidate who was more aligned for me, then I would vote Democrat.
If you go back in time, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
Yes.
I think I might know the answer on this next one.
Yes. It's immediately yes. No, I'm sorry.
If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
1,000% absolutely yes.
I love it. Anderson Cooper says at the end, hilarious. It's like, like, really? They're going to do it again? Really? That's hilarious. So, yeah, shout out to Van Jones. Shout out to Anderson Cooper and his bewildered face. And shout out to those 3 Black Americans who said a lot of what I feel. They said a lot of what all Americans feel, regardless of their color. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to all the Trump voters out there who do not regret your decision. If you do regret your decision, then, hey, that's on you. That's fine. Everybody has the right to feel how they feel. But I think the majority of us feel like we made the right decision now after the first 100 days. I think the majority of us feel like we made the right decision versus those of us who feel like they made a mistake. And I think I leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about Trump's first 100 days in office? Is he doing a good job, bad job, somewhere in between? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. Do you regret your decision to vote for Trump if you did? Do you regret voting for Kamala if you did that? I don't know why you would do that, but If you regret it, it's okay. It's fine. Hey, we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. But whatever your thoughts are on that, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I do not regret my decision at all. I voted again, 2016, 2020, 2024. I voted, and I voted for President Trump. I have no regrets. And I feel like the same way they do. Listen, I'm not diehard anything. If it makes sense, then it makes sense. I mean, Trump coming along, when he first came down the escalator, I'm like, is he trolling? Is he joking? But nah, he was serious. And regardless of whether he was a TV guy or whatever, it just made sense to vote for him. Voting for Trump made the most sense. Although some may not understand it, it made the most sense. And I'm going to always vote that way throughout the entirety of my life. And I think that's the way that we should all vote. That's just my humble opinion, at least. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.